Welcome to our talk show. Before we begin, we would like to make a disclaimer that everything mentioned in this show comes from personal experiences and opinions. We may refer to biblical references and teachings from the man of God, Prophet Philip Banda, but these are also subject to personal interpretation. Our goal is to share our perspectives and experiences, and we encourage our viewers to seek guidance and counsel from trusted sources before making any significant decisions in their lives. Furthermore, the views expressed in this show may not represent the views of Impact for Christ Ministries. We acknowledge that everyone has their own unique journey and circumstances, and what may have worked for us may not necessarily apply to others.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to today's live youth talk show. My name is Ruben, and on my side, I have Luto.
Hi everyone. Hi Ruben.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing. I'm there. I'm getting fine, sir.
So,
No, it's the TikTok sound. I'm sure you know it.
no, I know you've been a very bad
Yes.
bad
Yeah, that's how it goes.
boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Okay, that's good to hear. Today we are talking about, as you can see by the title, it's overconsumption.
Yes.
So overconsumption, most people are probably thinking alcohol.
Well, yes, and before we get into the topic, we have a lovely lady with us. Hi, Rorisa.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
You look very pretty today, by the way.
Yeah, she looks so nunas.
Thank you.
I like your hoodie.
Thank you. I love it too.
It low-key matches her phone.
And my glasses.
Yeah.
You match with me. Anyways, today conversation we we are talking about overconsumption, right? So when I told someone today that we're talking about overconsumption, that person asked me, "Is it alcohol?" It's like about alcohol. And I'm like, no, overconsumption, like generally, like anything too much. They're saying too much of anything is not good. So overconsumption, we're looking at too much TV,
Yeah.
too much phone,
Yeah.
too much video games, too much, you name it.
So overconsumption, the dictionary version is overconsumption. Overconsumption is simply individuals consuming more resources than needed and then the earth can provide. So it's not. So it's also the food, the stuff we watch, social media. What other things do we overconsume in this generation? Any suggestions on anything we overconsume?
I think you've mentioned quite a lot of things, but I think also another main one is TV. Watching your series and everything.
Wait,
Binge
people still
watching.
watch TV? Wait, like, or by TV, are we talking movies, series,
I'm
or
talking
like?
about like your Netflix,
Like
your
streaming.
Prime
Oh,
Video,
okay.
streaming.
Yeah.
Because like TV, like, do
No,
people still watch TV?
I think so. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Do people even like still pay their TV licenses? Because
Yeah, I know. I stopped watching TV when I was in grade 7. Yeah, guys, the world has evolved. Okay.
why grade 7? When did Netflix come out? Oh no, it makes sense why you're saying grade 7.
Because it's
Netflix,
recent.
Yeah, Netflix is. No, I'm thinking next. I think it was around when I was in high school.
No, I'm a punchununu.
You really are pushing. That's why I was like, no, Netflix. I was in high school when Netflix. So I'm thinking, yeah, it makes sense why you're saying grade 7.
Yeah, but yeah, TV.
TV, streaming platforms, yeah, media. What else?
Video games, news.
Video games.
So those are basically. What was your definition of the dictionary's definition of overconsumption again?
Okay, so I got it from an article. So it's overconsumption simply means individuals consuming more resources than they need and that the earth can provide.
Yeah, okay. So basically, over consuming is taking in more than you need, basically.
Yes.
Not more than you can handle.
Yeah.
But also, it could be more than you can handle.
Yes, because, for example, food.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's over consuming food. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So before we go into the thing, we'll continue talking about what would be the causes of overconsumption. There are many, there's the textbook versions such as economic growth, consumerism.
Yeah, I'm leaning more towards consumerism.
Okay.
Like, I feel like a lot of people just enjoy consuming rather than producing.
Okay. Why do you think there's a growth in consumerism?
I don't know. Risa, why do you think there's a growth in consumerism?
I don't know. I think the marketing strategy nowadays, it basically forces you to consume things that you don't even need. But if you're sitting, like, you're scrolling down social media, you see one thing, all of a sudden you want to look at another, it leads you to another and another. So, yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, that's a very good point. The way things are marketed to us
Yeah.
these days.
Yeah, and I think the reason for over consumerism is, like she said, marketing, and also because, like, things unfortunately are not like built to last.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know that, like, there's certain products long ago, like, you would know that if you got it, like, for example, a fridge. How many times, if you can ask your granny, how many times has she replaced her fridge at home? She can count, like, maybe 3 times in her lifetime. And the fridges today maybe can last, 5 years, 10 years if you're pushing it and you're taking care of it. So I also think how things are built, they're not built to last, which is understandable because we need to buy things to at least, with growth of the economy.
Yeah, to keep the economy
to
going.
keep the economy growing. So, but obviously it's been over that.
I agree.
Yeah. And then consumerism, economic growth, overpopulation. That could be because there's just so many of us, and so many of us need to be fed.
So wait, I'm not seeing how overpopulation can contribute to overconsuming, because doesn't that mean with okay, I'm talking food.
Yes.
If there's more people, doesn't that mean less food?
Yeah. So when I say more people, so for example, let's talk what happens most of the time. Someone from like rural areas will move into the city, right? Therefore now, in the city, there were an X amount of people. Let's say there were 10, even though that's not really a city, but the city has 10 people.
It's just
And
an
then-
example.
Yeah. And then like an extra 10 come from the rural area. Now the city has 20 people, right? So therefore, the farmers now need to produce more food to feed the 20.
Makes sense.
So, and then they'll probably to make profit, and they're like, okay, no, if we feed the 20, maybe we'll be able to attract 30. So let's make sure we always try and keep stock and try and feed. And then that's like I wouldn't say it's overconsumption, it's just overpopulation would lead to, like, it seems that, well, yes, people do overeat in this generation because food is easily accessible. You don't have to go and hunt like we used to. You just go to the mall and buy. So yeah, I think also of that's what I mean by overpopulation. That's how it would then lead to well, maybe not overconsumption, maybe, I don't know, over farming. I don't know if that's a word.
So maybe there's like there's a huge portion, like it's very accessible.
Yes.
Because it's being produced more often. So
yes.
That sort of makes sense.
Yes. Do you have any add-ons to
Do you-
that?
I want to add boredom to the reason why we have overconsumption. Because if a person is idle and they don't have anything to do, they either consume your series, whatever, even food. Someone can be like, you're not hungry, but because you don't know what to do and you're in the house, just like, oh, let me go to the kitchen.
Yes.
So just having nothing to do, that also contributes to consumerism, overconsumption.
Yeah, true. Because most times I just find myself scrolling through social media, just over consuming media basically. And
Yeah.
that's because it's a result of having nothing to do. So that's a good point.
Yeah.
So who exactly is affected by over-consumerism?
Everybody. So different types of people will be affected. So so for example, another thing that can be overconsumed is news.
Uh-huh.
Right, but the news might not. Well, yes, it affects us, like the youth, but I think mostly it's the elder generation that consumes news a whole lot more than we
Yeah.
do.
True.
So I think overconsumption, and I guess also, yeah, even older people, maybe the more money you make, the more you can consume and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone is old enough and they're older, they can have like 3 cars, even if, because they can afford it.
Makes
And
sense.
yeah, and like shout out to them, and they want to.
But in terms of news, I feel like, most older people are more interested in the news. But also, if you look at platforms like Twitter these days,
Yeah.
where news is easily accessible, so I think even young people nowadays, like they
Yeah.
just want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
So I think young people also, to an extent, are
Yes,
affected by
the news.
By the news.
But yes, it's news, but it's also kind of what's trending.
Yeah.
Because technically, which is true, I also go on like Twitter to go and get what if I see him like, Johannesburg is trending. What happened in Johannesburg?
Yeah.
So I think that's also another way to think. But we also get like apps. Like I have the News 24 app.
You
So
do?
that's how, yes,
Oh, you're actually getting to that age. That's why. So.
correct. Because where's the line?
No, I didn't mean it that way. You're still very young.
Not really, but yes.
No, you're very young. But yes.
Yes. Sorry, before we interrupted you look like you were gonna say something.
Oh no, I was still listening.
Oh,
okay.
sorry. So yeah, I think it affects all age groups, even like okay, with babies, I think maybe that's out of the control, but we
Yeah.
are, and it's understandable. Like I get it. Like screen time, I think with younger kids, it's a lot because, like, you imagine you're traveling with your child. How are you supposed to keep your child quiet for a whole flight? I don't know how our parents did it, but how are you supposed to keep your child quiet for a whole flight? You're gonna give like if you're traveling, you see a baby with an iPad, and they're
Consuming.
consuming.
What's that thing?
Peppa Pig.
Cocomelon.
Cocomelon, baby shark. You see, we even know these things, and we don't even have kids.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I think it's out of their control,
Yeah.
but
It's also no. Let me not say it.
let me say it.
No. Continue with what you were gonna say.
Let me say it.
No. Continue.
I also want to know what you wanted to say.
No, it's
Yeah.
okay.
But like as you said, it's out of their control. But also now, like we can see with the example with babies, they're
Yeah.
also consuming a lot now. I
Yeah.
didn't even think of it that way.
Yeah. So consume. Oh my
So I
gosh.
guess it starts young.
Yeah, like even okay, now I'm revealing like a marketing trait. So even like with marketing, like cereals and the things, like they put it lower and make it colorful because it's easy for kids to grab.
I actually did notice that. And one thing about kids, whenever they see anything colorful, they're
Just
just gonna grab
What?
it.
Yeah, that's me. Anytime I see anything colorful, I just wanna take it.
Okay.
But I'm still a kid anyway, so
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
So we've discussed who, and so if we're over consuming, right? How do you think this would then affect us?
I think I'll say this again. Too much of anything is not good.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's say consuming too much movies, series, video games. I think it also has a negative effect on your mental health to a certain degree, because basically you'll be living in a fantasy world
Yes.
if you consume too
much.
Yeah.
So,
because, yeah.
like for example, too much of. Okay, so I like my romance movies. So
Exactly. So now your idea of romance is what you see in
yeah,
movies.
and when what does Prophet say? He's like, marriage is not what you see on TV.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
exactly.
"Yeesh."
Yeah.
Correct.
Marriage is not what you see on TV, on social
Social
media.
media and how it's like advertised and stuff like that. So yeah, I think so. like that. So I think if you are someone who is prone, for example, like video games and stuff, violent video games, not all, video games or like violent movies, it can then make one slightly more violent. It's not always, if someone is prone to violence, then they can be more violent because of that. And I know there's some studies that say that games, like they did the study in the States. I'm not too sure how far they got with it, but they're saying because obviously with all the school shootings that have happened, they're like, so they did like a profiling on the kids and stuff like that and the games they played, and they said no, it's because they played video games. I was like, that's a reach, but like I get where you're coming from, but like it's a reach. You can't say someone is gonna go shoot at a school because he was playing, I don't know, what are the violent video games that have been?
But it happens because imagine if now, from a small age, you're always playing violent video games at home. There's always guns. You see shootings, even the movies. As you grow older, I think you just tend to think that it's normal.
Yeah.
Because it's something that is now in you.
Yeah.
It's something that's
So-
been planted in you.
Yeah, it's
actually.
something that has been planted in you. So I guess maybe that's why it has that effect.
Yeah, but you can't, like, I do agree with what they're saying, but we can't say that's like the sole purpose. There's other contributing factors.
I mean, I've consumed a lot of violent stuff. And
Yeah, but you're also the same person I want to throw hands. So I don't know if you're going. I don't know if you're the best example of this.
I don't think I am.
No.
Yeah, I
no.
don't think because, as you said, if you're prone to violence, like these things will obviously
Yeah.
trigger that violence. But also, it could be that violence could be nurtured in you.
Yes,
with-
like from
with what you consume,
environment
yeah.
and stuff
Because
like that.
as I say, it affects your mental health. So you're consuming a lot of violent games, violent movies, so that it's now planted in you. So basically, in a sense, you become more violent. But also, if you're more prone to violence in general, like
It's just gonna add oil to the fire.
yeah, like me. I'm using me as an example because I am a good example to this.
I
Because
feel like that's a little extreme. You're not gonna go blazing up somewhere.
no. I'm not saying I'll go blaze up somewhere. Like no, but I could be playing like a game, My
Yeah.
Little Pony. I could be playing like but because something is not going my way,
Yeah.
I'll start banging the controller. FIFA is FIFA a violent game?
No,
It's not. But when I play FIFA,
so
ooh,
dramatic.
no, I like. If you don't hold me, nah, I'm going to break things.
So yeah, and I think also while we consume, going like with media, while we consume, I lost my train of thought.
It happens. When it happens to me, everyone looks at me like, Ruben, what's wrong with you? But now you see it's happening to you as well.
Or desensitizes us. It came back.
Okay.
So we become like this, like desensitized. I think when I realized something. I was watching. Can I? So I was watching a movie based on the Vietnam War, right? So obviously it's like a war movie, and then English was war. So now the English they're killing each other, right? And then there's the scene where they shoot the puppy. You see how you responded when I said they're shooting each other. We're all like chilled, and then they shot the puppy. I said, "Oh!"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Gluto, you're feeling more stressed about the puppy than all the humans you've been seeing get shot up to this moment." And that's when I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm low key being desensitized to like the death of other human beings."
oh, so by desensitized you mean
Like in that aspect, obviously not that one, but one of the aspects.
yeah, like so basically it's like it's normal.
Yeah, like initially in the whole movie they were pew,
Yeah.
pew, pew, like the other human being, and then they beat the dog. I said,
Oh, yeah.
not the dog. What the dog
What
do?
the dog do? Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was your point? Your point was
It desensitizes us. Like we get, we're not sensitive to the things we watch anymore. So even like, because we become used to it.
makes sense.
Yeah. So I don't know if you have any add-ons.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
So there's talking about this desensitizing us. I had a friend. He explained. I don't know what the story was, but I think he explained. It goes back to like how we've been desensitized as people. He explained that I don't know where he was walking, but I think someone got hurt, and this person eventually like passed away. right? And he saw the dead body. So obviously now I'm asking, I'm like, yo, imagine like seeing like someone like die in front of you, and that's hectic. So now I'm like, oh my gosh, how are you? Are you okay? And everything. And he was like, yeah, I'm fine. I think it's because of all the stuff we watched that I've like, and I was like, yo.
He was
Yeah.
desensitized.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's a really an extreme example. But like when he said that, I was like, oh my, and he's not like lying, you know.
Yeah, I know.
There's even a few years ago, I don't remember if you guys on Facebook, there was a man who I don't know where it was, but was it a mosque where he came and he started shooting people in a mosque, and people thought it was a video game.
Wait, people thought it was a video game?
Yeah, so I don't know why. So he like recorded it while what he was doing,
Oh.
and then I think he posted it online. Well, obviously he posted it online. Well, anyway, it ended up online.
Yeah.
And many people didn't think it was like
Also,
a real thing. Like he's actually.
because also of how realistic games look these days. So I think that's why a lot of people.
So
like,
that's
looks like a video
another
game.
way of us being desensitized
Desensitized
to
to-
violence. When something's actually happening in real life, we're thinking it's a game.
Yeah, because in video games, guys, well, you're shooting video games. I don't know a lot about video games, but usually you find you as the character. It shows you that view of you shooting people.
Yeah,
as
so
the
that's what
character.
people.
So that's why
thought.
people probably thought, no,
It's just
a game.
You were also laughing. No,
What?
I'm saying we're laughing and also.
Yeah, no, like it's crazy. Like what? Yeah,
Yeah.
we really have been oh my god,
It's okay.
desensitized.
Like we're insensitive.
Yeah, we're insensitive to these things. So I guess that's an effect that over-consumerism has done on us.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
We are desensitized to things that are sensitive.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, because that's very sensitive actually. It's very like
Yeah. And then another thing of how it can affect us is is becoming materialistic, overconsumption, you know.
yeah.
It's let me go back to the talks.
Yeah, we spoke about materialism not long ago. Few
Yeah.
weeks back we were talking about
But
materialism. Yeah.
And that's also because of overconsumption. And like you mentioned, social media. You'll be going through Instagram and then an ad comes up of something. Or they listen to us. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, they do.
But they're listening. You'll be talking, oh no, guys, I want to get this. I want to get this. And then you're going to see an ad on Instagram about the exact same thing you said you wanted to get.
Yeah. Yeah, a form of overconsumption can also be like materialism.
Yes.
Like you just everything you see you want to buy.
Yes, yes.
That's
Especially when it comes to social media, because now I think a lot of people change themselves, literally their whole personalities, because they'll follow like maybe an influencer, very famous influencer, they'll be like, yo, I want her life. Time you know yourself, like, no, this is not you. But now you start ending up, you want to wear what they're wearing, you want this bag because this person has this bag, you go to all these places because they go there. So overconsumption of social media, it actually, it has a really big effect on you as a person.
Yeah, yeah. And like the thing of over consumerism, like it's bad, guys. The fact that you can lay by shoes.
yeah.
Like imagine you can't afford a shoe and they're like, no, don't worry. I have that's happened at the shop, and I just think about profit. I just think about profit. How he's like, what, like I just think if I'm buying this, not that I would get like, and then not that I would get called out, but in my head I'm like, then I get called out. Or someone sees me wearing the shoe. Little do they know that I paid it over 4 months.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's also a thing of looking like a public success,
Yes.
but you're a private failure.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So I guess one way to combat and trying to overcome this over-consumerism is being real with yourself. And going back to what you said, because Prophet has taught that you are a public success but a private
Private
failure.
failure.
Would you like to elaborate that more for people at home, Ruben?
Why put me on the spot like that? But basically, being a public success and a private failure is basically showroom, basically.
Yes.
Showroom, like what you're showing people. It's. But how does this relate to overconsumption?
Consumerism.
Consumerism,
We're
yes,
talking
materialism,
which is
stuff like that. Yeah.
So over consumerism is also, it's also like it does go back to kind of getting things, it's getting credit because you're trying to like buy things you can't afford. It's to show that we live in such a consumeristic. I don't even know if that's a word.
It's not.
But we understand.
Yeah. like such a consumer based
Yes.
economy
Yes.
and world that they trying to no, it's okay. For example, with the shoes or clothes, right? So I understand opening like a clothing account, well, I think you do need that eventually. I know it's other ways to create like a good
Credit score.
to create a credit score. I'm not advocating for it, guys, okay? Because I don't have those accounts, okay? so I think there's that to like buy clothes on credit. It's to go and lay by. Do you get what I'm saying? Just so you can like let's I don't know. Let's say like let's not name an expensive place,
Yeah.
right? An expensive brand, and you're like, I actually really like this handbag. They're like, no, don't worry, girl, we got your back. You can pay it over 6 months and then come and collect it after 6 months, right? And then now you're walking around with this expensive bag, but now someone sees you and thinking you went in and bought it straight.
Yeah.
Do they know that you're busy 2,000 for you to eventually afford it to look like you are this success or to look like you're this type of person? But you're not. Going back to your point of
Public success and private failure.
yeah.
So it's basically showroom.
Correct? Any add-ons from your side? No? Okay.
There's comments that I want to read. First comment, money contributes. Just having 100 Rand, I want to buy anything and everything. Commenting anonymously. So this is an anonymous comment, but it's from Gabriel. And the next comment, today's topic came right in the nick of time, and I agree with Ruben when he said too much of anything is not good. It takes me back to last I realized listening to music about 3 hours on a regular day. Oh yeah, music also.
Yeah, we're gonna. Hey, music.
Yeah.
Woo, music.
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, no. Actually,
I have a story, guys.
wait. Yeah, you know what? Let's save your story for after the break. Let's have a little break and then, you see, so stay tuned in because we have a story from Rory Sang after the break.
Yeah, guys.
Stay
We want to
tuned.
hear a Rory Sang story.
Be the best of yourself. That means you be free to study. You cannot study to fail. But if I say be number one, I'm stressing you. A lot of family members, uncle, whatever, be doctor, be nurse, be pilot, be what. But this child is creative. It has got nothing to do with all those things. This child is musical. So leave him. Now you might look as if she's doing nothing or is doing nothing. But this child is musical. Is full potential woman face 10, 15 years from now. But our parents, they want instant fame. They want to boast on their children. My daughter is doing medicine. Now the child who's doing musical that feels as if he's lost. You are not lost. Hello, I'm here to tell you, you are not lost. The child who is doing sports, for example, he's not lost. He knows what he's doing. Do something that comes naturally to you.
Welcome back, everybody, and thank you so much for tuning in. So before the break, Rory Sang said, okay, so if you've just joined us, today we're talking about overconsumption. And before we went on a break, someone mentioned music. I don't know if Rory Sang's story is based on that, but Rory Sang said she has a story to tell us. So we're all ears.
Yes. So about music, right?
Yes.
When I was young, I used to listen to a lot of rap music.
Yeah.
Like a lot, like literally most of my day. It'll literally be like your rap music and all of that, that type of music. But then over consuming that music led me to be a child who had anger issues. Because you know how most
yeah,
of the
the songs
songs,
are really
they're angry,
aggressive.
they're rapping, and they're like fighting and all of that.
Yeah.
But then at the time I didn't realize, but over consuming that actually created that anger and whatever that was lingering in that music, it actually came to me. So yeah, an example, guys.
Yeah. So that also is an effect of over consuming, because the music you over consumed made you a violent person.
No.
Okay.
I
You
was
She
think-
said
I was young,
angry.
I was
no,
a teenager.
anger and violence are related. Okay.
Not
So,
always, maybe in men, but not women.
Um.
I said not always, not always.
Okay.
Then I said maybe in men.
Yeah, but violence. Okay.
Yes.
Can you be violent without anger?
Yes.
Just out of nowhere, you're violent.
I feel like no, you can't be violent without anger.
Oh, like, but
you
not
can
all
be
angry without violence. Okay,
yeah.
yes.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yes.
Okay. Yes. Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah. But violence
And anger.
violence is a result of anger.
Yes. If
So
you
It
choose to
didn't
be
get there.
violent.
It
You
didn't.
didn't get there. Yeah. You look very punchinuni. You
Yeah,
don't look like
imagine.
Guys,
Imagine.
I'm so sweet.
Really?
So cute like this, and then you're going to be beating people.
Okay, let's stop lying to each other now. Anyways, yeah, that's an effect of music. Because I also have a story. A few years back, how old was I? I was very young, but I used to listen to this specific artist who produces a lot of depressing music, and I wasn't depressed, but listening to that music made me think and made me feel like I was depressed, just because I could relate to a few things he was saying and I could sing along, So I guess I consumed so much of that it actually affected me. It made me at least think I was depressed, or it affected my mental health, you could say. So that's my story. You actually, I know you have stories about. That's why you've been quiet. You don't talk about music.
No, I was just gonna add on. I was gonna talk about music.
Okay, talk
But
about it.
okay, all right. So music, it can, especially like our hip hop, our rap, it can contribute to how we speak. Can make us a little vulgar.
Yeah.
Can use cuss words, because cuss words are like in every other word in a rap song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I have when it comes to music. You guys have stories.
You're hiding, but it's okay.
You look like you have more to say.
Yeah.
The thing is, you guys are like, okay, so
What are you hiding?
I'm not hiding anything, okay? I
Get it.
I'm
You're
a
an over consumer of music.
guys, and I'm that lady in her house is a blasting when I'm cleaning, when I'm cooking, and I'm an R&B hun, so I'm really there in my fields. I'm in my fields and I'm cleaning, and even there a little bit hip hop, and I'll be there busting it, and then I'm also when I'm showering. I'm a work in progress, okay? I'm a work in progress.
Whip.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Whip.
So, but I agree that yes, music does contribute to how we are as people, because I do know I'm a very romantic person, and I know it's because of R&B, and I'm like old school R&B.
You say you're a very romantic person because of R&B.
I feel like it's a contributor. Also, for example, like kids of younger people, I think it is changing, but like city girls, look at the people listen to city girls. Are they not city girls themselves?
I don't even know who those are, but
Do you know city girls?
I have an idea.
Yeah, are they like, okay. Yeah, but anyway, like sometimes how the music someone listens to can, not always, but it can dictate the type of person they are. Not always. Maybe a small portion, yes.
I think music has a big role in
It does.
dictating. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't think you were gonna go there. Continue.
Okay, where do you think I was going?
I don't know.
So why did you say it does?
I don't know.
So you're just jumping on the bandwagon.
Like I
agreeing
thought
with
you were gonna
everything
say
I
it does like affect in consumerism.
Yeah, it
like,
does.
that's I thought you were,
But-
and then you said how we are, and I was like, okay,
It does.
yes.
Look at you. Are you not a city girl yourself? Busy talking about city girls.
No, I'm not a city girl.
You don't think so? Then you're from Eastern Cape, right?
I'm not. I'm from here.
This is a city.
Oh, but there's cities in the Eastern Cape.
Yeah, but the
But
cities in
Ruben, you're
Eastern
also a
Cape-
city boy. You grew up here.
It's not about me. We're talking about music and city. It's not about me, okay? But yes, like you are a city girl, okay? But
I'm
it's not a
not
bad thing. It's not a
city
bad thing,
girl.
okay?
Like yes, I'm a city girl in that sense, but I'm not like a city girl in the other sense. But anyway, that's besides the point.
Yeah.
We're not also trying to bash city girls.
Yeah, but music is also another form of overconsumery and overconsumerism, and it also has its effect on you,
Yeah.
negative and positive. I guess if you listen to happy music all the time, or gospel
'Cause I'm
music,
happy, come on,
yeah,
you.
ultimately it's gonna make you happy. Or
Oh, actually, I have a story when it comes to music.
there we go.
So mine is like, I don't know, mine is like a good story. Okay, so there was let me not name artists. So there was an artist. I remember I got into like an argument with my mother because daughters and mothers. I don't know what I did. I don't even remember what the argument's about. But I know I deserved it. I deserved the shouting I got. That's one thing I do know, right? Then I was like there. I was sulking in the car. I don't know if we were going home or going to wherever, but I know we were traveling with my parents. And then this artist came on. I think, yeah, my father played the artist. And that song was like happiness and like vibes, like good times in the song. Oh, I became happy after listening to that music. I was like, okay, this is what I needed. And I was also singing along to the lyrics. That it made me feel better. Yeah, and also music, sometimes you tend to listen to, like you said, it makes you depressed. Also, like if you're going through like the most, like a breakup, you're going to listen to a particular, breakup songs even. You're going to go listen to a breakup playlist.
Yeah.
So that you can even feel more sad.
But why do we do that?
A coping mechanism.
How is making yourself more sad a way to cope?
Maybe it's just to feel it, and then it finishes.
Oh,
I'm
that makes sense.
like feeling something and feel it to the point of finishing. Like don't drag it. Like be angry and finish. Don't be angry. Like those. Like let me not drag different personalities.
Yeah, but yeah, I hear you. So like to feel like just feel it.
Feel it and then be done, and then move on. Like anger. Don't hold on to your anger.
Yeah.
But doesn't it make you worse though? Like breakup, and then breakup song. Next thing you start, you weren't even crying, but after listening to the song, you start
so
crying.
then you'll cry and then you get all hurt, because crying is a form of healing, So then you cry, then the tears. Oh my gosh, I can't believe he did that. Oh, I can't believe she did that. And then you're gonna be better. And then, like also sometimes after, to remind yourself who you is, you're going to play that artist who makes you like actually. Who did you think you are? Hey, let me remind them. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, okay, I hear you guys. I hear you. I'm not gonna say much on that.
Okay.
But yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So why did we actually go over why people overconsume?
Why do people overconsume?
Why do people overconsume?
Oh.
Why do people overconsume?
I think accessibility.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's the research on, but that's my personal opinion. I think it's accessibility, that things are so easy to access.
That's a
Like
good
if you want to listen to music, you open your phone, stream. If you want to eat, sometimes you don't even have to leave your house. You can get an app and they're going to drop the food there. Even like
And I know you're
grocery-
big on those apps. They know you.
No.
Okay.
The other one where they deliver like the junk food, yes. But like the grocery ones, no.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, the other, I'm working on it, guys. Like I said, I'm a work in
Whip.
progress. Whip, okay? So, yeah. So, I think it's just accessibility. Things today are easy to access. Yeah.
That's a good point. I think so too. I think like a big form of consumerism is on your phone.
Yeah.
Like as we mentioned, scrolling.
Yeah.
And as we mentioned, accessibility. So like you've got access to so much information. So like you're just consuming all that information, and you also get too much of the world. And too much of the world is not good. Like if we're talking as young Christians, too much of the world is not good.
Yeah.
So accessibility is a very good point to why we over-consume, because, as you said, those apps where you can just click and food is here.
Like even to find a partner now, it's not difficult. You can just get a app. Swipe,
left.
swipe, swipe, left.
No, I'm actually gonna try that now that you mention it. I want a partner. I'm joking. Yeah.
So, yeah. Were you saying any like as to why you think people will over consume?
I think also pressure,
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
peer pressure, maybe in terms of materialism and everything that you buy and all of that. The pressure around you, the competition to say, oh no, I'm this age now, I should be having this, or whoever has this, I also
Yeah.
wanted. Next thing you're taking credit. Next thing, hey,
Yeah,
it's a lot.
yeah. And also think we do put pressure on ourselves because I think like previous generations, like 30 a few years ago, like my mom at my age, she was running a whole household. What? A whole household. She was married, had a child. Like the child was even in creche. Like a whole household. Me, I don't even have a fish.
Yeah.
What? So I do think we do look and we're like, oh my gosh, because that's why, like, 30, like if a 30 and you think, and then you go 40, I should be there and stuff like that because of how like things were. And then as time is changing, as things are getting more expensive, yeah. So pressure is
Times are changing, guys. Our parents, hey guys, it was very nice and easy their time.
yeah.
You think so?
Now, that's how I feel, especially when it comes to the economy and all of that. Even getting jobs, it was more accessible to them compared to us now. Everything's like, oh, yeah.
Okay, so in terms of consumerism, do you think our parents back then, they consumed more than we did, or we are consuming more?
We are consuming more.
Okay.
Yes, I agree as well.
Okay, if you guys say so.
What do you
What
think?
do you think?
I don't think anything. It was just a general
Okay, no, but now
question.
we're asking you. So what do you think?
Yeah, I think now it's, as you said, it's easily accessible. So yeah, and I'm gonna go through a few comments here. The first comment from G Light Music, who says, "No cap, music is one of the most dangerous traps in the world. You can lose your innocence by just watching a couple music videos. It can even control your sexual desires if you are not careful." This comment is from G Light Music.
And why are you reading?
Music, like
Yes,
he's talking
I
about music,
understand,
so he
like,
knows what
okay.
he's talking about because his name has music.
Music, not
Yeah.
just music.
Music, yeah.
Okay, it's so true. Like, yo, guys, music videos. Yeah.
And then he goes further to say, listening to heartbreak songs after a breakup is a way of passing time, which is true. No, but passing time, how are you passing time like that?
I guess you used to be with your person, so now you can't be with your person, so now you're listening to music.
Ah,
I feel
guys,
like that's
find
how I
better
understood
coping
it.
mechanism.
That's why I
Please.
said it's. Oh, okay.
Go box someone, like, oh, I am actually violent, eh? Oh. But I was
games.
thinking, like, go
But
blow
like,
off
I
some
get
steam.
it. Like, you can go to like a rage room.
Yeah, blow off some steam. Like, why did you do that? Like, yeah, just blow off some
Guys,
steam.
look at our generation. We even have something called a rage room.
Yeah, easily accessible. And then the other comment from Creative Media: people may indulge in overconsumption to hide or escape some personal issue. Example: one can entertain overconsumption of sex or multiple bays at the same time to ease the hurt of a heartbreak. So basically,
It's even called a thing, but I don't know if I can say that phrase on here. No, it's okay. It's called a phase. We'll say it like that. Yeah, it's called your. Like, people were like, oh my gosh, you just went through a breakup, so now are you gonna go through your phase?
oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I hear that. So I guess a reason to why people overconsume as well is because they're trying to fill a hole
Yes,
for something that is missing, but only God can fill
correct.
that hole.
Correct. That would be.
So whatever you're consuming, look at me talking like that. Anyways,
Yeah,
But it's true though,
It's so
because
true.
whatever you're consuming is gonna damage you at the end of the day. So
Yeah.
rather look to God, then He's gonna fulfill whatever.
yeah, and there's like content with
Mm.
with God.
this is a very good comment actually from Creative Media. Thank you so much, Creative Media,
That
for
is
that
a good
comment.
comment.
Yeah.
And that's also a thing that's also over consumed in our generation. is like immorality. It's the hookup culture. Like, I don't even know if this word existed until like
Sex.
a few years ago, and many things have contributed to that. It's the music we listen to, it's the movies we watch,
Exactly.
it's music videos, because you know when you're listening to your artist what you're going to see there.
Yeah, like Gillette said. I guess even overconsumption can also like fuel desire.
Yeah, so it will fuel that thing.
Yeah, so in terms of immorality, sexual immorality, like there's stuff like soul ties and stuff like that.
That come.
Yeah.
Do you want to explain
No, I don't.
what a soul tie? What about those who are watching at home?
It's basically you're attaching yourself to people you go around sleeping with, and the more you attach yourself, you're attaching yourself. So basically, we spoke about overconsuming of immorality,
Yes.
and the negative effects of overconsuming sexual immorality. and
Yes.
stuff like
Yes.
that. Soul ties is one of that.
Yes.
It also affects your
it
mental
would
health.
be the effects of immorality would
Yeah.
be multiple soul ties.
Sometimes it affects your mental health.
Yes, because how you view the opposite sex.
Sometimes you won't focus in school also.
Oh, really? Have you gone through this? So you're talking from experience.
No, a story for another day. Next comment from The Voice.
Wait, any add-ons from what we just discussed? You look like you wanted to comment.
No,
No, okay.
you can read the comment.
Or were you also struggling to pay attention in class?
No. I think I had female teachers mostly, and the male teachers were like really old. So
Oh, I remember one time I struggled because the opposite sex distracted me, and it was important. He was a doctor, and I went for a reason. Clearly, I'm at the hospital. Yay! That doctor, I said, he was like, no, you must do this and this and this. I'm doctor. I said, come again. I need to do what? Your name is who? I said, okay.
Okay. Okay, now the comment from The Voice. People overconsume because they may perhaps live in an unbalanced environment. So they look for an escape by finding something to kill time with.
Which is so true. Like, okay, I've seen movies. Like, maybe someone is growing up in like a violent home, parents are arguing, and the way to block it out is to play music,
Yeah.
is to run away from the violence they're hearing or the fighting they're hearing, and they just run away and go into their own little world through music.
Yeah. So those are the
Are those the comments?
Those are the comments are over, and I guess those are the reasons as to why people overconsume.
Yeah.
So now
How?
we've spoken like what overconsumption is, why do people do it? We've mentioned examples of overconsuming. Now, how does one actually overcome the habit of overconsuming? Like in general, how does one overcome that habit?
I think it comes back to discipline. If you can see yourself that, okay, here I'm over consuming, I need to discipline, limit my time. Maybe say if I'm used to listening to music 5 hours a day, limit it to maybe 3 hours, 2 hours, and then keep going down until, yeah.
I think it's so true. I think especially when it's over consumerism, be real with yourself. Prophet talks about having a vision. So have a vision. Ask yourself, is it worth me spending this money now? Or should I... Also, it's about living... Prophet has also said that we should live a life of investment, not expenditure. So I think it's you planting towards your future, and then you can then buy these nice things later on when you can actually afford them. So I do think that have a vision, work towards that, have a plan, build towards it. I think that's with overconsumption. I think that's one way of, and even like food. Like what's it called? Your BMI. I think that's what it's called. Your body
mass
mission.
index. Body mass index.
Yes. So you know if you eat like a particular thing and stuff like. It's a little difficult for like people like me because I have a fast metabolism. So
I used to have a fast metabolism until I don't know what happened. I think the speed of my eating was faster than the speed of my metabolism. That's what happened. Now I gained weight.
Sorry, but you act like you were like super small. Maybe
I was
Yeah, but that also because puberty happened.
valid.
Yeah, like you grew and you went, because that's what happened to guys. You guys go. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, what did you say?
About what?
About you spoke about vision and
Yeah, like living a life of investment. I think you also spoke about with like music. I think also time management can come into place when you're like, okay, I've listened to this or binge watching that one. Yeah, ne?
Comment from The Voice. To overcome, you know the people you need to detach yourself from. Look for productive activities. Face yourself and don't be scared of being alone. That's a way of overcoming overconsumption from The Voice.
Okay.
And then Njabulo Ngube says, we live in a world where we are trained to consume and not produce because someone somewhere is getting rich when we consume.
Yeah.
And there's a buffet of things to consume without any limits, and we need God to help keep our consumption in check.
So true. It's for like an easy example would be social media. You can scroll and scroll. Can you ever get to the bottom of your feed?
You can't.
It's never ending.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
So, yeah. How do you think any add-ons to how to stop over
Yeah, you spoke about
consumption?
discipline, you spoke about vision.
an investment? Yeah.
For me, it's just like, you can't just say, okay, I'm going to stop over consuming.
Yeah,
like, you can't stop
definitely.
instantly. It's obviously, you cut down slowly.
Yeah.
Pole.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as you're cutting down, I think you replace that over-consuming. Let's say you over-consume a lot of video games. That's very time-consuming, and I don't think it's very productive. Unless you're making money out of that, then that's good for you. But like video games,
You can.
yeah, you can actually. But like you're not going anywhere with video games. So like spend less time and energy in that. Not just like completely stop, but like spend less time in that and try to focus on something
Yeah.
productive. Like
Yeah,
let's say read a book.
Yeah, because as like Rory Sang said, she said that we tend to overconsume because of boredom.
Yeah.
She gave that. I also remember experiencing that during school holidays. That when you're even going to the fridge, like you go to the fridge 3 times a day, as if there's like somehow the food multiplied throughout the day, and it really didn't.
Each time you pass the kitchen, you just feel like opening
Yeah.
the fridge. Like, let
Yeah.
me see what's there.
It becomes muscle memory. Like you just
Yeah.
every time.
You're just opening and closing. So I think that. So I do think that also, like reading a book, having, creating, healthier habits.
Yeah.
You see, we painted and sipped the other day. You can start painting.
Yeah.
You can start, exercising and stuff like that.
Even as Njabulo said in the comments, he said, what did he say? Consuming more, you're making someone else
Rich.
Yeah. So there's a lot of us who actually want to be rich. So why don't you focus on less consumption and more production? Like you produce more out of your time. Like start a business. It's not as easy as it's said. Like, but like yeah, obviously like focus on producing, not kids.
Please. Yeah. Okay.
No,
Please,
no.
girls, 7 Bs, books before babies,
Books for babies.
Books before
Thank you.
boys.
books before boys, because
Because
boys
boys
bring
bring
babies.
babies.
7 Bs.
I would argue with that because who's bringing the baby?
Yeah, son. Yeah, but you bring them. I'm sure you plant them.
No, you are the one who brought it.
You plant them.
Who brought it? We're not talking about planting. We're talking about bringing.
No, but you bring them.
Listen, boys. Books before girls because girls bring babies.
Yes, and girls. Okay, 7 Bs.
Girls,
Books.
boys.
Books before boys, because boys bring babies. Focus on those books, pass and get your degree, girl, okay? And then get work, and then maybe you can think of boys after that.
When you're old and getting a degree, why would you be thinking of boys? Think of men. Otherwise, there's a problem.
Correct. No matter your age, always date a man, okay? Not a boy, as Ruben has said. Always date a man.
No matter your age.
Yeah, because someone can be 21, but he's a man.
Okay, what if you're 15 dating a man?
No, man, I'm talking like age. I'm saying like a boy can be 21, right? But he's like a man. Because he's matured. Someone can be 45, but he's a boy.
Oh, valid. I hear you on that.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I had to explain that, I guess. Yes, if someone, a a grown male can be 45 but be a boy, but a not so grown male who's like 21 can be a man.
Okay.
Because maturity,
Okay.
wisdom
Okay.
doesn't come with age, goes through
Yeah,
with
true.
experience.
It's not about age, it's about experience. Yeah, valid. But we were talking about how to overcome overconsumption.
Correct.
True. And yeah, so I guess focus less on invest more than you spend. Like if when we're talking about investment, we're not only talking money, investing money, because we can like you can invest your time into a good habit, a productive habit. Let's say play a sport. I mean that's gonna be good for you in the long run, like physical fitness and mental stimulation, I guess. So I guess ways to overcome is cut down slowly. You can't just stop, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're a big movie fan, you watch
Yeah.
a lot of
Like-
series.
And like binge watching,
Yeah.
woo, especially like series. And I know it's a series I've been waiting for. There's one series that I know I'm waiting for. Best believe that weekend. In front of the TV.
Yeah, but if you want to stop over consuming, it's not just something you're gonna stop instantly.
Yeah, it's not, and it's not
And I hope
easy.
like sometimes when people see me talking here, it's not like I am actually like
Implementing these things. He's also talking to himself.
exactly.
As we say this.
Yeah, I'm not perfect. Like there's things that I consume a lot. So as talking like this, I'm also figuring out ways how to actually
Consume.
help myself consume. No,
Help yourself
help myself to
stop consuming.
stop consuming.
Yeah, yeah,
So I'm not perfect.
yeah.
But I'm anyways.
Yeah, you're work in progress.
Whip. Yeah.
Now watch me.
The music you're consuming.
Correct. Correct. Can't
Yeah.
even-
Anyways, do you
can't
guys
even
have
hide it.
anything else you wanna say?
Let's start with Rory, if she has, or do you want us to start?
Rory.
Overconsumption. We all do it. It's all something we. Okay, let me not say all. I do it. I think that's how. I think that's how. I don't even know how this topic happened, but I think it came. And we're like, actually, who don't we know? And we do it. So like, don't blame yourself. Take it easy. It's nice that we've highlighted it. Everyone faces it. We've put constructive ways on how to overcome it and how to be better at non-consuming things. Remember to live a life of investment, and remember to be a private success as well, not just a public success.
Good point. Rory.
I just want to say that you're able to overcome over-consuming. At least what you can try doing is try and consume more of the good things
Yeah.
than less of the bad things. Like instead of watching a movie, read an educational book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or watch a documentary at
Or
least.
watch
you're
a
learning.
documentary
Yeah.
whereby you learn a lot of things. So.
Yeah. They're cool documentaries on Netflix. Don't say we never plugged you in. There are very cool documentaries on Netflix. There's one even about the world. It's nice. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, so too much of anything is not good. And for the viewers at home, I really hope you have taken something away from today. You have learned something, and we hope we have tickled you a bit. And that's it from us. Thank you so much for watching. As tomorrow again, same time, same place. And stay safe. Follow us on social media. Like, subscribe, drink
Comment.
water, comment, go bath. Gabriel, go and bath right now. Anyways, till we see each other again, shalom.
Bye.